Safeguard your item prices. Set a base with minimum sales prices for items with freedom to adjust during catalog creation. So flexible pricing control, establish minimum prices to protect your profit margins. Then you have dynamic catalog management where you can adjust your prices during catalog creation. Now, whether this should get reflected or not, it's up to you to decide. Then we have price transparency all across the sales channel as well. So we'll be looking into how we can safeguard your item prices with the help of minimum sales price. So yeah, we'll go to this instance here. So we are right now in the dashboard of our software. So what can we do first? We'll try to create an item first of all. Just a second. So we'll create an item which will be a product itself. So we'll create it as a type, let it be. So we have the item number. We'll set the units as pieces. Let this be the tax. Not going to add the HSN value or anything like that. I'm purchasing it for maybe like a 400 rupees. And then I'm anticipating, or I'm setting the selling rate as 600. And here I can enable the minimum sales price. So I enable the checkbox, then I can set the minimum sales price, 500. So there's another option, whether this has to be tax included or not. So in order to make this particular option clear, I'll first of all keep it as tax included, and we'll try to create and edit a few invoices so you can see how this change gets reflected. So yeah, nothing else. We'll submit it. So we have a new item that has been created called kite. Price of 400 and a sales price of 600 and a minimum sales price that I have set called 500. Now let's do one thing. We'll create an invoice. So while creating an invoice, okay, let the person customer be Jayarajan. Nothing else to add. Choosing the item, kite. Just one quantity, let it be one quantity right now. The price is 600, no discounts given. We have the GST rate and the total. So tax is involved here. So what is the minimum sales price? I said it as 500. The value, even when tax is included, shouldn't go below 500. So if I make a discount of 100, imagine on a price of 600, I'm making a discount of 100. Okay, this could turn out to be in percentage. So in 100, the total will come around 590. Right? There shouldn't be any issues while saving this, right? There shouldn't be any issues because it directly gets saved. And I'm approving it. Yes, everything is done. It's in an unpaid status right now. There shouldn't be any issue because it is not below 590. And further editing. If I'm giving a discount of 200, what happens? It goes below 472, right? No. I'll just do something else before that. I'll just give a value of 110. Now, the price is 600, the discount is 110. So if we calculate it, for which price am I selling it? I'm not taking the tax into account. I'm just talking about the price alone. So that will be almost 490. And then on that particular amount, you're adding your 18% of tax, and it's like 578.2. But the price which I've said there, the minimum sales price, was 500. Right now we're talking about 490. Will this get saved? It should get saved because the total, including the GST, is 578. So again, no issues, right? There shouldn't be an issue. Now this is obvious to us. What should be the next step? I'm making a discount of 200, and it goes below 500. Tax included. You should be getting an error, a warning message. Not an error, a warning message. Kite, the price is less than the minimum sales price. So this is really good, right? You won't be able to sell it below that particular value. In this particular case, it's tax included. So one thing that you can notice here is I'm keeping that message there. The minimum sales price is not shown. So is it an advantage or a disadvantage in the perspective of the organization? It is an advantage, right? Because if the administrator or the manager has set a particular sales price, you don't want your salesperson to see that. Is a salesperson will be able to see it right now? He or she won't be able to see it. So that's another advantage, and that's a way in which we have defined this particular feature. Now, how to keep it like this? We won't be able to save it, so I'm keeping a particular value. It goes above 500. Everything is fine. What I can do is I can return back, and I'll just search for kite. And let me just show you what kind of a difference it is going to make if I'm not enabling the tax included box. Okay. Now there's not tax included, right? I'm returning back to the invoice. I'm editing the invoice. Will this get saved right now? No, it is not getting saved because 600 is the price and 150 is the discount I have given. The total price has not gone below the minimum sales price that we have set. I'm talking about the total value, not the price minus discount. The price minus discount is below 500. So if you want your salesperson not to sell the item, I'm not taking the tax rate into consideration. If you don't want your salesperson not to sell it in a value below 500, tax excluded, in that case, you can just disable. You don't have to enable the tax included box while creating the item. And so what should I do? It should at least be this much, because if I put 101 as the discount, it won't be getting saved. If I keep it as 100, it is getting saved. So because 600 minus 100, you'll get 500 as a minimum sales price. So even if the total price is above 500, you won't be able to save it because you have not enabled the tax included box. You have disabled it. That is a thing. That is a specialty. I'm going to approve it right now. Now, there's another catch in here. The update is not done. The next thing we can do is, or the next question is, what happens while we are creating catalogs? While creating a catalog, what happens? So we have a new item catalog already created. So now I'm not going to create a new catalog. Let me add the item here. So add line and right. So here it is. So on top here, you could see something. Override the minimum sales price. Do you want to override it? Yes. So the minimum sales price is 500, but there will be situations in which, on special situations in which you will have to sell that particular item to a customer below that. So in my mind, the amount is 420. So will I be able to do it? So there'll be a question. Will I be able to make a change here? Because I've already set the price, the minimum sales price as 500. Will I be able to change the catalog price and save it and keep it 420? Override minimum sales price. I'm not overriding it. So will I be able to save it? I will be able to save it. That won't be an issue. But if it's not overrided here, I'm going to keep it override right now. So the relationship has been broken if I enable this. So I'm clicking on save. And new item catalog. Let's go to a customer. And in the customers list, Jayarajan, I'll edit and I'll say new item catalog as this catalog. And I'm going to create a new invoice. At that point, yes, Jayarajan, right. So it's 420 right now. So the catalog feature is working properly, and here we are. And the question is 495.6. Even if that doesn't happen, you will be able to save it because we have enabled the override feature here. See, we have enabled it. Now, if I disable this and I save it, I'm returning back to the same invoice itself, and we'll be editing it right now. And I click on save. No, it won't get saved because right now there's a relationship here. If you have not enabled the override minimum sales price. So I hope that you get the point here. It's a very wonderful update. A lot of things to consider here. And there's a proper correlation between the catalog and the minimum sales price and how you can run with it. A very interesting feature, I would say. Right? So that was all about how to set the minimum sales price. And when it comes to catalog creation, how this is going to get changed. And also how tax is involved in this particular situation.